Let's go switch over to job searching. I know right now job searching is interesting because you can go to all the different resources that are out there. Right now there's all types of ways to find jobs, but again, I don't know if it's an 80% number, but it's a very small number that go above and beyond the job boards or career source or things like that. And LinkedIn, we're doing a virtual job fair right now for companies just hiring during COVID. But this is where everyone goes. They go to Indeed, they go to Orlando Jobs, they go, all of these things are fine. There's lots of leads there. But I mean, if you really think about it, even before COVID, about 50% of all open jobs aren't even on job boards. So you're only covering a partial of the market, No job board out there has all the jobs that are open. And you gotta really understand that. Huge job boards like Indeed get thousands and thousands of resumes to every posting, and they get resumes because they make it so easy for people to apply. People just Christmas tree every single job in the place, hoping someone's going to call them back. And again, nothing against Indeed at all. It's a great resource, but think about your resume going in there with potentially 3, 4, 500 other applications. What is your chances of being found? And if you don't have an optimized resume, it's virtually it's very hard. And many of you know that because you've applied to a lot of jobs that you think you qualify for, but you may never have heard back. So I want to kind of go a couple different routes and show you a couple little strategies and some other ideas. So you start thinking a different way in the job search process. If you're unemployed right now, you have time to do this stuff. When you are employed, you should be doing some of this stuff just to always keep your eyes and ears open out there to see, hey, maybe there's something better than what I'm currently doing. We get so caught up in stuff. But the Orlando Business Journal puts out this thing called the Book of Lists, and it's a listing of all companies, the top 25 companies in almost every single category. So you have manufacturing, you have healthcare, you have public relations firms, you have marketing firms. You just go all the way down every sector that you could possibly imagine. And it lists the top 25 companies in each of those things. You, as a job seeker, should have that book or the online version of it and go through each company, go to those websites, figure out what jobs they have open. Because the 50% of jobs that aren't on job boards, that's where you're going to find a lot of those jobs. And you're going to have a direct response, a direct hit right into those things. Craigslist, I'm not a fan of Craigslist for employment, only because there's so much scams in Craigslist. But if you're in trades, that's where most of the jobs are, and you'd be surprised at how many connections and jobs are done via Craigslist. My only concern with Craigslist is one thing, and that is if there's a job posting and you don't have a company email address that you can go verify in the of wherever you're going to send your information, it's probably a scam and they want to grab your information. So be very, very careful of that stuff. Reddit. And I don't know if you're Reddit fans, but you should be. Reddit is awesome for information because it's a huge network of people. But they have a whole section devoted to users that post Orlando jobs on there and so forth. The IMFA has facilities jobs in Orlando. The fundraising jobs with the AFP, if you're fundraising, probably in every sector there's a niche association that you should go to the association's websites. These are associations you may not know anything about. But if you're an administrative assistant, you could go to all these companies. It doesn't matter where you go because every company needs administrative assistants. If you're a carpenter, you may be a little bit more limited in who you go to. but there's so much out there. And social media is, in my opinion, gold to be able to dig and find things that you may never have done. I'll give you an example. All those companies that you might find in the book list, they may have Facebook career pages. Those are awesome because then you can go actually talk to somebody and not just through an application process. State Farm has one as well. I mean, there's a lot of companies, mostly the larger companies, that have these things. The key to these are you can make comments and you'll get replies back much quicker than you will trying to go around systems and find people within an organization and that kind of stuff. So that's very, very important. Here's an example I'll give you. This is Home Depot. I went to their site and they have a risk manager position open in Atlanta. So if you ever found a position like that and you wanted to find out more or who the hiring manager was and so forth, you can Google. All I did was I put in Google risk manager, Home Depot, Atlanta. This job happened to be up in Atlanta. And there was the managing director, Jim, who turns out is the director of risk management at Home Depot. So really good chance that guy could be the hiring authority for that particular position I just saw. So I'll just send him a real quick email. And what's amazing about this is that, hey, Jim, just want to let you know I applied to risk management position. And obviously I'm not a risk manager, but this is for this example. But this is exactly what I would write. And all of a sudden, then when you sent him this message, your LinkedIn profile becomes your resume. And we did a real big thing on LinkedIn profiles in our last videos. I would tell you to go back there to make sure your LinkedIn profile's as optimized as your resume. But this is a great way to reach out to people and network. Everyone says network. This is a great way to network. And if you do it professionally and you have the skill sets that they're looking for, again, being optimized to the job, it makes it a lot easier to have those conversations. Who would have ever thought Pinterest, right? Pinterest. Is anybody out there looking for jobs on Pinterest? I don't think so. But companies have taken and built, this is Aon, one of the top insurance companies in the world. And, 100,000 plus employees, great jobs and so forth. They have the recruiters of Aon over here on the right-hand side. And in it, they have all the people that do hiring for Aon. And they want you to connect to them. So you go connect. I go connect to Lauren, and I write him a thing. But if you connect to Lauren and you say to him, hey, I just applied to the insurance claims adjuster position in Orlando, and I wanted to reach out to you after finding you on Pinterest, he's going to go, wow, either you're a stalker or that I guess this thing does really work. And the latter obviously is the true thing because he's the one that's put himself out there on Pinterest. But that's a far and away example of what I really mean by saying to you that on social media, you have the opportunity to connect to family, to friends, to so many other people and find out where they work, and if you can connect to them or if they can help you. So here's your playbook for your job search. Make a list of those 30 companies that you want to work for. Go directly to their company websites. Apply with the optimized resume. If you apply 30 companies, you find 30 jobs, and all of them need to have a different title, different things, but you can do the job that you're applying to. Make sure that you optimize your resume to that job. Yeah, it sounds crazy, right? But it's the way you'll get the interview, and apply with that optimized resume. Go to your Facebook and LinkedIn and see who might already work at that company. And also in your job search, it is okay, and I would highly recommend it. Post, hey, I'm looking for a job as an executive assistant on all your social media or whatever you're looking for. People referrals are still the number one way people get into companies, and your social media gives you that opportunity. Very, very powerful. Many of you that don't use social media for business and things like that, I would just do this on LinkedIn if you didn't want to do it on Facebook. But Facebook is so powerful for that, and you can even do it with Instagram as well, and make a nice, you can do actually a really cool photo of something that you're doing at work or whatever the case might be, and push it out there. You will be amazed. Most job seekers and job searches have no plan. They just go to job boards, click apply, sit back, wait, hear nothing. And I'm telling you, in this market as well as any marketplace, I don't care, 10 weeks ago before all this stuff hit, I would be doing the same thing.